Homes, Monday on A&E.
The New York State Thruway is closed. Isn't that far out?
It was the summer of '69 on a small farm in upstate New York. Over 400,000 people came together for 3 days of love, peace, and music. This is their story, and the memories of a weekend that defined a generation. The Who, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Santana, Jimi Hendrix, the Academy Award-winning
We Must Be in Heaven, man!
Woodstock, next on A&E.
Americans are eating healthier than ever, or so they think. Even healthy foods may not be as healthy cooked in oil, margarine, or butter. But all-natural Pam no-stick cooking spray adds only 1/10 the fat and calories of those things and keeps food light and delicious. The choice is yours. These or all-natural Pam, because how you cook is as important as what you cook.
For those interested in a Highline Japanese car, Audi offers an alternative, the all-new Audi 100 V6. The first German automobile designed to not only turn heads, but opinion as well. The all-new Audi 100 V6. To drive it is to take control.
The greatest temptation in life is to settle for less, to stay the way we are. Try harder. Look harder. When we open ourselves to beauty, most often we find that it was already right there before us.
Jose Bear Hair Products. Available at drugstores and supermarkets.
Did you know that now even the smallest business can afford its own 800 number? Because AT&T has just invented an 800 service so affordable that for only $6 a month plus the cost of the calls you receive, you can have your own AT&T 800 number. And with AT&T's new 800 service, you can receive calls from any state you choose, and in most cases, your home state too. So you can serve your customers better and get new ones. So call 1-800-225-1223 now. AT&T 800 service works over your existing phone line. And if you sign up now, you'll receive up to 60 minutes of 800 calls free. Can your business afford to have an 800 number? For only $6 a month, can your business afford not to? AT&T's new 800 service. $6 a month, up to 60 minutes of 800 calls free. Call now. 1-800-225-1223. AT&T, the right choice.
A&E returns to Woodstock.
Hey, if you think really hard, maybe we can stop this rain! Yeah!
This is regular. This is better. This Bufferin is regular. For headaches, Anacin is better. Why better? Regular Bufferin has one ingredient. Anacin has two, a pain medicine plus a second ingredient that makes it work better. Get Anacin. Get better.
Someone's taken some steps to juice up their batteries. And today's Duracell batteries can even outlast the ones we made just a few years back. You can't top the copper top.
So I saw this detergent with bleach alternative, and I wondered how it compared to my Clorox 2 on colored loads. So I pulled out the twins' dirty shirts. I washed this one in detergent with bleach alternative, and this one in Clorox 2 and my regular detergent. And look, the shirt washed in Clorox 2 is cleaner and brighter. I think I'll stay with my Clorox 2. Clorox 2 Color Safe Bleach. Gets clothes clean and bright.
We will return to Screening Room in a moment on A&E, the Arts and Entertainment Network.
This is your invitation to enter the world of Arts and Entertainment magazine.
Here you'll discover thought-provoking authors, reviews of the finest in performing arts and literature,
Highlights from the latest in music, home videos, and motion pictures.
and in-depth profiles of today's most intriguing personalities.
All the drama, the wonder, the beauty you've come to expect from the A&E network can be found in Arts and Entertainment magazine.
Plus beautiful color photography, challenging crossword puzzles,
And an expanded, improved program guide that takes you behind the scenes of the best in television.
To receive your 12 monthly issues for only $18 a year, send a check or money order to Arts and Entertainment Magazine, P.O. Box 2071, Knoxville, Iowa 50197 2071.
Or use your credit card and call toll-free 1-800-238-2800.
A&E returns to Woodstock.
Put everybody on pot.
17B, and these kids were all happy. They're all on pot.
The first time I switched pain relievers, it was from aspirin to Tylenol. Then recently, I switched again, from Tylenol acetaminophen to Advil. You see, I got these really pounding headaches, and I found Tylenol didn't always get rid of all the pain. So I tried Advil and found that for my really tough headaches, 2 Advil worked better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol tablets, better than extra-strength Tylenol caplets, better than Tylenol gel caps. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Your new color is most vulnerable during the first 2 weeks. That's why you need Neutrogena shampoo for permed or color-treated hair. It cleans and cares for your hair so gently that when you use it the first 2 weeks, your color actually lasts longer. Neutrogena. Use it first to make your color last.
Born into the privileged world of British aristocracy, he rose from political outcast to Britain's prime minister, a maverick politician, a brilliant orator, journalist, and warrior. To many, he was the savior of Western civilization.
Against the triumphant might of Hitler, we stood alone.
The larger-than-life story of Winston Churchill, an American television event, Tuesday on Biography.
We will return to Screening Room in a moment on A&E, the Arts and Entertainment Network.
Where do you find all this? If you said the country Columbus first set foot on, you're not only right, you're close. The Bahamas. For a free guide to the hundreds of vacations that make up the Bahamas, just call us. Your dollar goes further in the country that's close.
A&E returns to the Academy Award-winning Woodstock.
This is the second time we've ever played in front of people, man. We're scared.
The first time I switched pain relievers, it was from aspirin to Tylenol. Then recently, I switched again, from Tylenol acetaminophen to Advil. You see, I got these really pounding headaches, and I found Tylenol didn't always get rid of all the pain. So I tried Advil and found that for my really tough headaches, 2 Advil worked better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol tablets, better than extra-strength Tylenol caplets, better than Tylenol gel caps. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
You have a different view of life. You don't want to get bogged down in revolving credit on bank cards. All that revolving debt all that outrageous interest. This is not for you. You know how to get out of that trap. The card, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
It began not with a clean sheet of paper, but with a 75-year history. A history of building automobiles that make the most of the driver's skill. Because how you drive is as important as what you drive, BMW introduces a car that could improve both. The BMW 325IS Coupe.
Murders without a clue. Mysteries wrapped in riddles. A kaleidoscope of dead ends for the wizard of whodunit. Sherlock Holmes, Monday on A&E. Power, honor, violence. Bang! Right in the back of the head. From Bruno to Scarfo.
Thank God for the American jury system.
From Philadelphia to Atlantic City. An overview of the underworld.
We don't kill innocent people.
Mob Fathers.
I'm Bill Curtis. Join me for Investigative Reports, Friday on A&E.
Two great cultures come face to face in Memphis. The splendors of the Ottoman Sultans reveals the full majesty of the Ottoman Empire. Opulent art and jewel treasures, including the famed Topkapi dagger, reflect the glory of a dynasty which ruled for centuries. Also in Memphis, the Etruscans, legacy of a lost civilization, relics of the mysterious people who first ruled the Italian peninsula. Call for ticket information and come face to face with them both in Memphis.
Where would the African elephant be today without cable? After viewing a Discovery Channel documentary on the slaughter of African elephants, delegates from 103 nations enacted a total ban on the sale of ivory. Cable contributes to life.
A&E returns to Woodstock.
Get a law of averages. If you took 500 adults and brought them together and they had plenty of booze, you know what would have happened?
Nighttime backache? Try Momentum Muscular Backache Formula. Momentum has a maximum strain pain reliever to help relieve your backache so you can sleep.
My back feels great, and I slept like a log.
Momentum Muscular Backache Formula.
Friends and family will give you a discount on those calls that you make most frequently.
114 years of phone service, and no one else thought of this idea.
You get an additional 20% off anytime you call your friends and family circle.
Anyone could have, but they didn't.
Friends and family is 24 hours a day, 8 days a week.
Makes us proud. Not only were we the first with the idea, MCI is still the only one with it. Call and join Friends and Family now and get a 40% bonus savings on all your Friends and Family calls in May.
Your perception of German luxury cars is about to do a 180. The car 3 of Germany's top automotive publications chose as best in this class was neither Mercedes nor BMW, but the all-new Audi 100. The all-new Audi 100. First, at last.
At A&E, we cast our spotlight on the world's great performers. You can too, by supporting the performing arts in your community. Together, we can keep the light burning brightly for all. A community service message from A&E.
We will return to Screening Room in a moment on A&E, the Arts and Entertainment Network.
A&E returns to the Academy Award-winning Woodstock.
Having a good time?
Very nice. Water's nice.
Images are changing at JCPenney because the Hager Week sale lets you save on our entire line of dress and casual wear. It's a sale that can update your look, sharpen your style, or add a little punch to your personality. With Hager Fashions at JCPenney Values. So try a new image on for size at the Hager Week sale.
We will return to Screening Room in a moment on A&E, the Arts and Entertainment Network.
If this were the only reason to come to Alabama, it'd still be worth every minute. Call us right now for your free Alabama Book of Surprises. You'll find one surprise after another. Enough surprises to fill a vacation. Enough memories to last a lifetime. Alabama. Special moments you'll want to keep forever.
A&E returns to Woodstock.
This thing was too big. It was too big for the world.
A&E returns to the Academy Award-winning Woodstock.
Just tell me something that you'd like anybody to hear.
Oh, wow. I don't know.
With its powerful 16-valve engine, double wishbone suspension system, anti-lock brakes, and a driver's side airbag. Don't just think of it as a wagon. Think of it as an Accord with a bit more space.
Special Accord leases are now available. See your nearest Honda dealer for details.
I have a special friend in Houston, Texas, and she was on special assignment here in New Jersey, which is when we met.
Well, we became friends, and of course, we fell in love.
Her company, in their infinite wisdom, decided to transfer her to Houston, Texas.
We can't really visit that often, so the phone is like our visit.
We were determined to stay in touch.
I talk to him at least twice a day, so either he calls or I call.
We watch favorite television shows together, and we have the speakerphone on, and we talk about it.
We do everything over the phone, really.
I found doing it through AT&T could be very expensive.
I already had MCI once I had gone to Houston.
And I was paying the big phone bill, and I thought, wow, I'm just calling her more.
I couldn't understand that.
I would tell her, well, let's just call each other equally, okay?
We started comparing phone bills.
And the next month it would happen again. And the next month it would happen again. And finally, a light went off. Gee! MCI must be cheaper.
I asked him if he heard about Friends and Family.
And I said, no, I haven't heard of it. And she gave me this number to call.
And see about getting me in his circle.
And so I called it, and I talked to the most pleasant person.
They treat you as if you're a part of them.
She explained rates to me.
Whoever you call who is in your circle, when you call to that person, you get a 20% discount.
In a relationship such as ours, that can mean a lot.
There aren't any fees for MCI connecting you or adding someone to your friends and family circle.
I receive my savings 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, holidays. Whenever I want to call Bernita, my savings are there.
I found that I had a lot of savings. It's very beneficial in our case because we call every day and you get savings on top of savings.
If I had to go back to AT&T now, I would lose a great deal of savings. I would lose MCI's great customer service, and I would probably lose Bernita.
Got anything you want to give away? Now's the time.
Henry Moon has reached the end of his rope.
According to the law, I can claim him, right?
Now,
In my time, I have put a gal or two in tune with nature.
he's going to tie the knot. The West doesn't come any wilder when Jack Nicholson, Mary Steenburgen, Danny DeVito, Christopher Lloyd, and John Belushi
Good husband's hard to find.
are going south. Saturday on A&E.
A&E returns to Woodstock.
What we have in mind is breakfast in bed for 400,000.
Princess to Alaska. It's more than a cruise. It's the Love Boat.
I believe babe is a four-letter word.
I believe that the person who said winning isn't everything never won anything.
I believe sweat is sexy.
I don't believe in liposuction. I don't believe blondes have more fun. I believe in mass transit.
I believe you should go big or stay home.
I believe there's an athlete in all of us.
We will return to Screening Room in a moment on A&E, the Arts and Entertainment Network.
A&E returns to the Academy Award-winning Woodstock.
You want me to explain it in plain English?
Clarence,
A shitty mess.
Really?
Yes.
Me.
Tylenol users discover a powerful name in aspirin-free pain relief.
It took away my headache. Aspirin-free Anacin worked as well as Tylenol.
Like Tylenol, aspirin-free Anacin is 100% aspirin-free acetaminophen, so it's gentle on your stomach.
Now I have a choice.
The number 2 pine leaves grease half solved. You want it pine solved. Pine Sol has twice the active ingredient, so grease is solved. Pine Sol! For cleaning and disinfecting, it's only half solved until it's pine solved.
Announcing an all-new collection, Great Films of the Bible. They're here now in an incomparable home video collection from Time Life Video.
Who is on the Lord's side? Let him come to me.
These are great films of the Bible. As they honor the spirit of the Bible, they create a testament to the art of filmmaking. These films are acknowledged masterworks, each one worthy of a place in your family's personal collection. Beginning with a masterpiece, Ben-Hur, yours for just $9.99, $20 off the regular price.
The day Rome falls, there will be a shout of freedom such as the world has never heard before.
Other videos include the 10 Commandments.
Those who will not live by the law shall die by the law.
The greatest story ever told, The Robe, and more. And now you can get Ben-Hur for just $9.99 during this special offer. That's $20 off. Other videos will arrive about every 6 weeks at $29.99. Keep only the ones you wish to. Cancel anytime. The Great Films of the Bible, a magnificent collection that brings the pages of the Bible to life. Call now and get Ben-Hur for just $9.99.
Get your credit card and call now to get Ben-Hur for $20 off, just $9.99 plus shipping and handling. Other videos will arrive about every 6 weeks at the regular price. Buy only the ones you want. Cancel anytime. So call now, 1-800-221-4800. That's 1-800-221-4800.
A&E returns to the Academy Award-winning Woodstock.
Tomorrow, when a mysterious fire kills a wealthy gentleman, his benefactor is blamed. Our super sleuth sets out to clear his name on Sherlock Holmes Mysteries. Now, stay tuned for A&E's An Evening at the Improv, next on A&E.
Turning into butterflies above our nation.
From political outcast to the savior of Western civilization, the larger-than-life story of Winston Churchill premieres Tuesday on Biography.
Backache? Try Momentum Muscular Backache Formula. Momentum has a maximum strength pain reliever to help relieve your backache fast.
It's amazing what a difference a little paint and a couple of Momentum can make.
Momentum Muscular Backache Formula.
Mercedes-Benz automobiles represent decades of durability testing, leading-edge technology, plus one reassurance you're unlikely to find in many other cars: seats actually designed to withstand the energy of a rear impact. That's just one of the many virtues that makes a test drive worth your time, and a Mercedes-Benz well worth the difference.
Today, educators across the country are bringing a world of ideas into their students' lives through a commercial-free program service from your cable system and the Arts and Entertainment Network. A&E Classroom, because our children have a lot to learn. From Bruno to Scarfo, an overview of the underworld.
We don't kill innocent people. Bang, another one into his chest.
Mob Fathers, Friday on A&E.
You always want to look your best. That's why there's the Spiegel catalog. It's filled with looks you love. DKNY, Liz Claiborne, Spiegel's exclusive Paradox and Together. From home looks by Laura Ashley to electronics by Sony. Order 24 hours a day. We deliver to your home or office and pick up returns at no cost to you. For your new Spiegel catalog, call this toll-free number. For $5, you'll get our 500-page catalog, this elegant eyeshadow collection, and a $3 certificate toward any purchase. Spiegel accepts Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. The Spiegel catalog. It's for the woman who has everything but...
One has every right to legitimately defend themselves. But the one thing that's come through loud and clear over and over and over again to the people that have flown over Iraq, to the pilots that have gone in against their military installations, when you look at the war machine that they built, that war machine definitely was not a defensive war machine, and they demonstrated that more than adequately when they overran Kuwait and then called it a great military victory. Yeah.
General, before starting the land phase, how much were you concerned by the Iraqi planes coming back from Iran? And do we know what happened to the Iraqi helicopters?
No, that, as I said before, we were very concerned about the return of the Iraqi planes from Iran, but we were prepared for it. We've been completely prepared for any type of air attack that the Iraqis might throw against us, and oh, by the way, we're still prepared for it. We're not going to let down our guard for one instant, so long as we know that capability is there, until we're sure that this whole thing is over. The helicopters are another very interesting story, and that's we knew where the helicopters were. They traditionally put their helicopters near some of their other outfits, and we tracked them very carefully. But what happened is, despite the fact that the Iraqis claim that we indiscriminately bombed civilian targets, they took their helicopters and dispersed them all over the place in civilian residential areas just as fast as they possibly could. But quite a few of them were damaged on airfields, those that we could take on airfields, but the rest of them were dispersed. Back here.
Yes, General, I'd like to ask you, you mentioned about the Saudi army forces. Could you elaborate about their role in the first day? I mean...
about what? I'm sorry, sir.
The role of Saudi army and their role from the first day?
Yeah, the Saudi army, as I said, the first thing they did was we had this marine attack that was going through here, and of course we were concerned about the forces over here again hitting the flanks. That's one of the things you just don't want to have happen to your advancing forces. So this force over here, the Eastern Task Force, had to attack up the coast to pin these enemies in this location. The forces, again, the Saudi forces over in this area were attacked through here, again, to pin all the forces in this area, because we didn't want those forces moving in this direction, and we didn't want those forces moving in that direction. It's a tough mission, okay, because these people were being required to fight the kind of fight that the Iraqis wanted them to fight. It's a very, very tough mission. I would point out it wasn't only the Saudis. I tell you, it was the Saudis, it was the Kuwaitis, it was the Egyptians, it was the Syrians, it was the Emiris from the United Arab Emirate, it was the Bahrainis, it was the Qataris, and it was the Omanis. And I apologize if I've left anybody out, but it was a great coalition of people, all of whom did a fine job. Back here, sir.
Is there anything left of the Scud or chemical capability?
I don't know. I don't know. But we're sure going to find out if there's anything. You know, the Scuds that were being fired against Saudi Arabia came from right here. Okay? So obviously one of the things we're going to check on when we finally get to that location is what's left. Yeah, right here, please.
General, could you tell us, in terms of the air war, of how effective you think it was in speeding up the ground campaign? Because obviously it's gone much faster than you ever expected. And as a second part of that, how effective do you think the air-land battle campaign has been?
The air war obviously was very, very effective. You just can't predict about things like that. You can make your best estimates at the outset as to how quickly you will accomplish certain objectives. But of course, a lot of that depends upon the enemy and how resilient the enemy is, how tough they are, how well dug in they are. In the earlier stages, we made great progress in the air war. In the latter stages, we didn't make a lot of progress because, frankly, the enemy had burrowed down into the ground as a result of the air war. Now that, of course, made the air war a little bit tougher, but when you dig your tanks in and bury them, they're no longer tanks. They're now pillboxes. And that then makes a difference in the contribution in the ground campaign. When you don't run them for a long time, they have seals problems, they have a lot of maintenance problems and this sort of thing. So the air campaign was very, very successful and contributed a great deal. How effective was the air-ground campaign? I think it's pretty effective myself. I don't know what you all think. Right.
Could you tell us what you think, as you look down the road, would be a reasonable size for the Iraqi army? And can you tell us roughly what the size is now, if the war were to stop this evening? With regard to the size right now, at one time Saddam Hussein was claiming that he had a 7 million man army. If he has a 7 million man army, they've still got a pretty big army out there. How effective that army is an entirely different question. With regard to the size of the army he should have, I don't think that's my job to decide that. I think that there's an awful lot of people that live in this part of the world, and I would hope that that is a decision that's arrived at mutually by all the people in this part of the world to contribute to peace and stability in this part of the world. I think that that's the best answer I can give right there. I'm sorry, I'll get to you all in a minute. Yeah.
You said the gate was closed. Have you got ground forces blocking the roads to Basra?
No.
So is there any way that they can get out that way?
No. That's why the gate's closed. Right here, yeah.
Is there a military or political explanation as to why the Iraqis did not use chemical weapons?
We've had a lot of questions about why the Iraqis didn't use chemical weapons, and I don't know the answer. But I just thank God that they didn't.
Is it possible they didn't use them because they didn't have time to react and they were defeated?
Okay, you want me to speculate? I'll be delighted to speculate. Nobody can ever pin you down when you speculate. Number one, we destroyed their artillery. We went after their artillery big time. They had major desertions in their artillery, and the artillery that would have been, and that's how they would have delivered their chemical weapons, either that or by air, and we all know what happened to the air. So we went after their artillery big time, and I think we were probably highly, highly effective in going after their artillery. There's other people who are speculating that the reason why they didn't use chemical weapons is because they're afraid that if they use chemical weapons, there'd be nuclear retaliation. There's other people that speculate that they didn't use their chemical weapons because their chemical weapons degraded, and because of the damage that we did to their chemical production facilities, they were unable to upgrade the chemicals within their weapons as a result of that degradation. That was one of the reasons, among others, why we went after their chemical production facilities early on in the strategic campaign. I'll never know the answer to that question, but as I say, thank God that they didn't. All the way back in the back.
General, are you still bombing in northern Iraq? And if you are, what's the purpose of it now?
Yes. I'm sorry.
What's being achieved now?
Military purposes is exactly the same things we were trying to achieve before. Okay, the war is not over, and you've got to remember people are still dying out there, okay? And those people that are dying are my troops, and I'm going to continue to protect those troops in every way I possibly can until the war is over. Yes, sir, right here.
How soon after you've finally beaten those Republican Guards and the other forces who threaten you, will you move your troops out of Iraq, either into Kuwait or back into Saudi?
That's not my decision to make.
General, what are you doing to try and bring to justice the people responsible for the atrocities in Kuwait City? And also, could you comment on the friendly fire incident in which 9 Britons were killed?
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was asked earlier and I failed to do that. First of all, on the first question, we have as much information as possible on those people that were committing the atrocities, and of course we're going through a screening purpose, and whenever we find those people that did in fact commit those atrocities, we try and separate them out. We treat them no differently than any other prisoner of war, but the ultimate disposition of those people, of course, might be quite different than the way we would treat any other prisoner of war. With regard to the unfortunate